Hello, and welcome back to Rants with France. Monday Rants with France. Today is Monday, December 1st. Isn't that crazy? Actually, it's a great thing because we're here to see December 1st. Some people are not even here, and they would have loved to have seen December 1st. Look at us. Look at you. Look at me. December 1st. We have made it to December. It hasn't even turned noon yet. And I feel like I have talked to everyone and been around the world. But I'm just grateful for the ability for life, which I will possibly talk about that later. But of life, of health, seeing December 1st, like, I can't believe, like, I'm so happy that we're at the end of 2025. It's been a great year, and I have to get started on my vision board and planning of what I want to accomplish and do for 2026. And I usually don't do vision boards, but I feel like I want to do something of a vision board. Regardless, I want to write it down because I have an issue of just writing things down. So I want to write it down. So things that we've already done today, because I've been around the world. I did grocery shopping, and I don't have a video of my haul because I was on the phone with my family. So I put everything away, but I think I did record my Aldi's pickup, which is where I bought these protein waffles. Is that a waffle? Protein pancake mix. I did burn it. Today is cycle day 1. I am cramping like crazy. So I am going to finish I had 2 of these already. So I'm gonna finish this protein pancake and then my smoothie, lay down, and then possibly make food. The meal prep for this week is marmalade and sauce noir, which is something, the sauce is something I've made over and over again. The marmalade I've never made before, so I'm kind of nervous about doing it, but I'm excited. And I'm also going to be making a protein on the side, since beans are protein, but I wanted more protein, so I'm going to do the beef stew again, the ones that I made this weekend. I'm going to do it again for this week for both Hubert and I, because he was like, you make all the good stuff when I'm gone. So I'm going to make it again because it was super simple and easy. And yeah, that's the plan for today. And by the end of this week, my video content might look differently, but I'll talk about it later once the rest of the pieces come together. Let's just say that. But if I don't tell you this later, I'm gonna tell you this now. Find joy in everything, and I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. The things I do for content. Anyways, so the total was 56, and that is for all these. That's for all of this. There were a few pickups that I wanted to try that weren't part of the original list, like protein mix, and like sweet potato chips, and like, what is this? Linen, what is it called? What is this called? Fabric softener. So there's a few items and some tea and stuff that I grabbed that weren't on the original list, but it was better to get it from here than from like Safeway or something. But $56, that's the first stop. Hey y'all, we are back. I'm not too sure if I showed you guys how I make sauce because it's my favorite meal, but who cares? We're doing it again. Yay! Once again, sauce is my favorite thing to eat and to make. So after you boil your beans, whatever beans that you choose, I prefer black beans, you reserve about however much beans you want to reserve. I reserved, I believe, about 2 cups, and the rest I put in the blender. And I also put the water that the beans were boiling in as well. I put a whole onion into the blender, some coconut milk powder, and the variety of seasonings that I show on the screen. Cloves is a really important one. I feel like it makes it feel Haitian. But you put it in the blender and you blend that bad boy for as long as you care to blend it. I forgot how long I blended it, but I do leave it on there for probably like a few minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I blend the daylights out of that bad boy. Yeah, so that's the first part of making your sauce pois. So while your beans are mixing and blending up in there, you are going to get started on the next part of the sauce pois. So the reserved beans that we took out earlier, we are going to fry them. If you have a piece at this point, you would fry the a piece first and then put your beans. I unfortunately did not have a piece, which is so sad, but it's still good, so it doesn't matter. But so at this point, you are going to be frying your beans, and I do add a little bit of seasoning as well to just the beans itself. I just feel like it gives a better layered flavor to your meal when you do season in batches like this. And I use my usual three, which is onion powder, garlic powder, and the turmeric. After this, you use your passoire, your sieve, what do you call it? Strainer. You use your strainer. You use your strainer, and you will basically strain out that blended mixture of beans. You strain it and you put it into the pot for it to boil. So at this point, it's going to be repetition. You're just straining, mixing, straining, mixing, straining, mixing. I would say one, probably don't mix the same spoon that you're straining to mix, because you end up moving those fibers into your strained pot. So that's a little heads up. Don't do that. And two, reblend. So I do end up reblending everything that was left in the strainer. I reblend it with more water and I strain that out for the final time. You could keep going, honestly, if you want to, but I just reblend it twice because I feel like at that point, enough's enough. You know what I mean? Like, we get it. It's beans. And that's it. I believe after this, you're just letting it boil. On low boil, on a low flame or a low electricity for I feel like I left it probably for like 45 minutes on low, and then you're done. You have your sauce pois. Once again, this is how I do it. And I do, in this clip, I believe I do put in more of that coconut powder. I would say if you're doing it, definitely just do the coconut powder in the blender. Don't put it out when you're mixing, because it ends up clumping up and then you're going to have to pick it all out and it's annoying. So learn from me, y'all. Put everything in the blender and just strain it through. Good morning and welcome back to Rants with Friends. Tuesday Rants with Friends. Today is Tuesday, today is Tuesday, December 2nd. And we're back in action. I am grateful for just life. Just the ability to just, you know, honestly, to be home. It's like really crappy weather outside. It's like a mixture of sleet, like snow, rain, and it's like crappy outside. So I'm just honestly grateful that I don't have to be outside. I'm not gonna lie. The goals for today, I do have an interview later on today. It's for an on-call position. So we'll see how that goes. I hope it's close by again. So hopefully some good news happens for that, because having like a part-time or an on-call, like a pickup situation would be nice as well. As I even continue to pursue trying to find either a full-time or something like that. So it would be good to have in the back of my pocket, just to pick up some extra money. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Other than that, we are cooking today. I know I said yesterday I was gonna make marmalade, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm still deciding. I'm just not feeling well. Excuse me. I'm just not feeling well. So, it's either I'm gonna make marmalade or I'm just gonna make regular white rice. I made the sauce already, and I'm about to make the beef stew that's going with the sauce. I say beef stew, but it's just what I did this weekend, which is just stew beef, nothing else besides like onions or something, and then put it in the oven. So I'm also making that with bone broth, like half bone broth this time, because I heard bone broth is actually pretty good. So I'm gonna use some of the bone broth that I bought from Aldi's. And yeah, and I'm also gonna try to cook my own steak today. I don't know what kind of, it was discounted meat. But I also read that having iron and stuff is pretty good during your cycle. So I just wanted to try cooking my own steak for the first time. And I'm most likely gonna record that as well. And I believe that's it. I'm gonna say checked off, but I'm just physically I'm hurting, mentally I'm just very cloudy. But I am in good spirits, so that's all that matters to me. I hope you guys have a great day. My skin is peeling. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day, and have a really safe day. If you guys are out and about, be safe while driving, especially over here, because people in Baltimore cannot drive, period. Love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. And before I leave, I always have to say this: find joy in everything. Bye, y'all. So we are back. So this, I don't know what you call this. I wanted to say beef stew, but it's not beef stew because there are no other vegetables in this besides onions and peppers. So what do you call it? I'm just gonna call it my beef stew oven something. Anyways, the first thing you do is you take your seasoned beef stew, which is a cut of beef. You take it and then you sear it. So you're not really cooking it at this point. You're just trying to get that seared crispiness on all of the sides of the meat. And if you guys are used to this cut of meat, it is a really cheap piece of meat, but it does take a while for it to get tender. Hence why I do put it in the oven for like 2 hours so that it could get nice and tenderized, basically. So the first part is just searing it and getting all that flavor and that crispiness. Yes, I am using a lot of that grapeseed oil. Don't judge me, y'all. It was burning up in there, and you know what I mean? Like, you want the alarms to go off? I have to use more oil. Sorry. And here I am adding the vegetables that I mentioned earlier, which is the onions and the peppers. After you fry this off, I believe the next thing I added was tomato paste. I add the meat back in. I added some diced tomatoes. And then I did add in beef broth, and I also made my own little chicken bouillon type of mixture. So I added that as well as a liquid. And once you add all of once you fry the tomato paste, which is something that I always do, you add the rest of your liquids in. I let it come to a boil, and then I covered it and I put it underneath the oven for, I think, honestly, like, yeah, 2 hours and 30 minutes. And I did check on it at the hour mark to make sure that there was enough liquid. By the hour mark, honestly, the hour and a half, you technically could take it out. It is more soup-like, but if you leave it in for longer, it becomes that, like, I don't know, it's like a pasty texture. So all the liquid solidifies and it's so good. So yeah. Okay, so while that was going, this is the last thing that I made, which was the mamule. I was honestly gonna make rice instead because I was just scared of trying this, but I'm glad that I did it. So the first thing I did was I did fry some garlic, and then I boiled half bone broth, half water. And here I am just adding my rinsed cornmeal. And I believe mamule is the equivalent of grits or cornmeal or whatever. I don't know, what do you call it in English? But it is pretty good. And I want to say that I think I did a really good job. And I actually didn't mind eating it because I do have a texture thing, which is why I don't like eating oatmeal. But this, I ate this down. So I hope you guys try it if you haven't. I think it's grits, honestly, y'all. Is it grits? I don't know. And here is the final meal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to find joy in everything. Bye.